Let's bring back Kevin Walling, Jason Chaffetz, and John Yu. All right, Jason, every state gets to figure out how they want to do this. That's how this works. Their legislature set the tone. Yeah. Why is it that some states make the decision, like, we're not going to start counting certain things until Election Day? Others do it in advance. I mean, Florida has millions of voters. We knew on election night exactly where everything stood. They do mail-ins and everything else. Why is it taking so long? Your best guess?
Well, it really is dependent upon the state legislature. The elections are executed by counties, certified by states, but it's the state legislature who solely sets the parameters on which this could happen. If you recall, a couple months before the election, the Postal Service sent a letter to 46 states saying our service level agreements are not going to be necessarily compliant with your law. You got to go back and look at your law, which set off this whole flurry of discussions. But you have to look at places like Florida. I think Ron DeSantis, they fixed this in Florida. They got it right. We knew the night of the election, it's one of the biggest states that we have. These other states give you a lot more pause and real question marks, like in Michigan and Pennsylvania and others. And you just wonder, why can't you get your act together, Georgia, like Florida
Nevada,
did?
Arizona. Okay, John, yep. But we are laboratories of democracy. Everybody gets to figure this out on their own.
Yeah, this is under the Constitution. States are in charge of the time, place, and manner of elections. They're also the ones who have the sole authority to decide how to select presidential electors. Look, this is an important part, this is an important feature of our federalism, is that states are allowed to experiment and try different things. That's why all the great solutions to our social problems usually bubble up from the states, and the states can also compete. Maybe if Florida is efficient, maybe my old home state of Pennsylvania, it's a little more lackadaisical, maybe a little slower than everybody else, but we like it that way in Pennsylvania. But they're allowed to be that way if they want to be, as long as they just finish and get the job done in the end under the supervision of the courts and with a lot of transparency.
All right, and Kevin, with a couple of automatic recounts, or at least one we think will be automatic and others coming in quickly, when should someone concede? When should someone claim victory?
When all the votes are certified, Shannon, and it's easy to forget that all of this is happening in the midst of a pandemic. And I think it's commendable to the American people, as we've talked about, Shannon, the fact that President Trump got 70 million votes. You know, Joe Biden got 74 million votes, the biggest number for both a Republican and Democratic candidate running. There's a lot of ballots that still need to be counted. But again, the process should play out, and this is a good thing for democracy and for the Republican and Democratic parties.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if some of the COVID-related changes that were made are repealed or rolled back. A lot of them still being challenged in court for the next time around. 2024, it's just around the corner, gentlemen. Stay tuned.
Right around
Kevin,
the corner.
Jason, and John, thank you all very much.